Hey, welcome back.
With a dip in your hand.
Sorry for the long wait.
God, how long has it been?
I don't know, man. Like 3 weeks? 4? No, it's been longer than
Shoot.
that. We had COVID, okay?
Yeah.
Huh? And look here.
Everybody in the whole family, except the youngin', had it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Everybody above the age of 15 had COVID.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it sucked.
Yeah.
Really bad.
It did.
So, but anywho, thanks for tuning in, bearing with us.
Yeah.
We promised to give you a little bit more. And
I can only give them all I got.
But we hadn't even gave them all that we got yet.
Okay.
You know,
I've just been
been teasing.
Been teasing.
Yeah, we just been brushing the flaps, you know. So.
Yeah.
You know. Anyways,
can we even say that?
Yeah. You know, well, you know, sometimes you gotta check you gotta try before you pry. You know what I mean? That's one of the things we learned in the fire department was before you bust a door down, check see if it's unlocked.
I thought it's try before you buy.
That works too. Yeah, that works too. So.
Right.
But anywho, we always start the show off with a holiday, man.
Yes.
So what do you got for us?
So there's so many for today, but two of them just kind of hit us, you know, hit us close to home down here. So today is National Gumbo Day.
Oh man.
Right, and the weather's turning kind of cold a little bit down here. Right, that's why I got the beanie instead of the boonie going on, and we're outside in our alternative studio. Right.
Yeah.
So National Gumbo Day and National Pulled Pork Day. Right.
Oh,
which is
one of our favorite restaurants.
What
specifically serves.
Yeah, easy for you to say, but they don't specialize in pulled pork. Remember down at Miss Kegel Snaps, right? Isn't that her name? Mm-hmm. Miss Crystal Kegel Snap. She specialized in push pork sandwiches.
Oh,
and then if you got the lunch special, you would get a side of Jick Deuce on the rocks.
I remember that, man.
So don't get that confused. Like, don't go down there saying, "Hey, it's National Pulled Pork Day," and expect to get like a discount or whatever.
Yeah.
You have to wait for National Push Pork Day.
Okay.
Gumbo Day, National Pulled Pork Day. So have them both today, right? If today's your cheat day, good cheat day.
Yeah.
Right?
And everything like that.
Yeah, very good.
See what I'm saying? It's like I'm saying.
We have a new sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
One of our new sponsors coming on board today, and this is perfect because we're getting into hunting season. You know what I mean? You've got your squirrel feeder up, right? We talked about that. So you got your squirrel feeder ready. We got a pop-up blind over here somewhere that he's still trying to figure out how to unbox or.
Well, the cows knocked it down, so I'm rehoming it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. We'll get into that. Yeah, we'll get into rehoming. Yeah, I like how you did it. So. Yeah. Our new sponsor that came on board for today, we really want to get his information out there because he thinks he's going to get pretty busy here soon for being that time of year. But today's sponsor is Wang's Taxidermy.
Yeah.
He's a.
I bet he's good.
Newly immigrated to the U.S. He and his family. He said they come over from Eastern Korea. So he's
There's an Eastern Korea?
Well, if there's a North and a South, usually there's an Eastern.
I thought there was just a North and South.
Yeah. Well, you have West Virginia. I mean.
Yeah, but there's not a North or South Virginia either.
They don't know that.
Oh, okay.
Right. I mean, because there's an East Texas, right?
Yeah.
And there's a North Texas. There's West Texas, right?
Yeah.
Though you don't see it on the map, right? Texas isn't divided on the map, right? But it's.
So he's from the eastern part.
He's from the eastern part of
Korea.
The South Korea.
Oh, okay.
Right. So the new sponsor, Wang's Taxidermy, he said he brought over his trade, his craft, and said that he's been stuffing beaver since the 70s.
Really?
Right. So that's
and I think
that was his
beavers
specialty.
Was like his specialty.
It was
wasn't it?
most definitely. So.
And we really don't kill a lot of beaver around here, but.
Well, remember how we talked to Weenus before about there being a beaver season? Mm-hmm. So when we got that information out to Weenus that there was the beaver season, he got all fired up and has been killing them, right?
Yeah, he did.
And so he let us know, is like, hey, is there anybody in town that specializes in stuffing beavers? And we're like, well, we got this new guy.
There is now.
Yeah. Wang has said he has specialized in stuffing beavers since the 70s.
Yeah.
So if you're in or around Elkhart, Texas, look up Wang's Taxidermy. You get something hunted, whether it be beavers or squirrels or whatever. He said he can stuff it.
Sweet.
So there you go. There you go. Thanks, Wang.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Hey, we're going to bring a section back to our show. Remember when we started out, it was just a podcast on Spotify, and we had a section or a segment called 21st Century.
That's right.
And it's where we talk about it's the 21st century, so why are we still doing this?
We're still doing a lot of dumb stuff.
Mm-hmm. Stuff that people are not, like people, we were taught work smarter, not harder. But there's still things going on that makes people do.
They're still doing it the hard way.
The hard way when it could be done a different way.
And just to recap, right? We won't get into all of them. Typewriters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do we do? Fax machines.
Yeah, we're still faxing.
Do we still need to do that? I just refinanced my house and had to fax something.
No way.
To the mortgage company, and I swear I asked them. I'm like, hey, the company is based out of Cleveland, Ohio. No. Detroit. They're based out of Detroit. And I said, do you guys, is it still the 20th century where you guys are at? Because, down
it's
here.
The 21st century where
yeah,
we
down
live.
here, we stopped using fax machines, back in the 1814, 16s.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, we still need you to, can you send that up here in triplicate? And,
what I find funny is when
be notarized by.
What I find funny is when they say, can you fax the original copy? Like, you can't. You can't fax the original copy.
I don't know how, Rob. I don't know how I'm going to do it.
It's a copy of that.
So, things like that.
Okay.
Why are we still doing that? Why are we still driving to the bank to cash a $4 check that your grandmother sent you for, your birthday last year when you were 37?
Yeah.
So.
That was you. I see you.
Yeah.
That was you.
You still got it in your wallet. You're like, oh, I don't want to go. So those are the types of things. So what is our newest, boom, hey, it's the 21st century. Why are we still doing this? What do you got?
Why do we still have call centers that's not located in America?
Like
when if
I call and Bob Green answers.
Yeah, you remember that story, man. I had a guy call and talking about, or no, I'm sorry, he didn't call. I called because I had a problem with my truck, trying to get a payment to go through.
Your warranty had ran out, and you were on top of it. You didn't want them calling you. And
I don't remember what exactly it was, because that's the whole problem. You get into a conversation with these people, you don't even know what's going on. You're just trying to understand each other.
So there's a.
You're trying to get in like, hey, okay, are you for what? I don't understand what you're saying. So then you forget what the whole problem is.
So you're saying there's a language barrier right from the get-go.
That's the problem.
From the get-go, language barrier. I'm just calling because, my DirecTV's not working because we had a thunderstorm, and I'm just trying to figure out when service is going to come back on.
Yeah.
And you call, and it's like you called Northern Pakistan.
Yeah, and their home office is right downtown. And you call because you got a problem, and you get somebody in Iraq or Indonesia or something. Or you get the guy that tells me his name's Bob Green, and I know for a fact it's not
right
Bob
across
Green.
the railroad tracks up here, the Windstream truck parks right there. Can I talk to that guy?
And you call Windstream, what are you going to get?
Yeah, Bob Green.
Bob Green.
From
Pakistan. Kuwait.
Kuwait, yeah.
I don't know if y'all can see, but my dog Lucy's in here.
Yeah.
Here. Say hi, Lucy.
Yeah, hey, Lucy, get into that button. Hey, huh?
She'll bite. Don't come over here.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Oh, Lucy. Oh, shoot, that's
so it's 21st century. Can we not?
We're not saying get rid of call centers.
We're saying bring them back over here to where we can understand each other and work out the problems more efficiently.
Yeah.
Because it took me, I don't even remember what the problem was, but I was on the phone for almost an hour. And that was just trying to get past the introduction of who are you?
I just need to know what number to push so I can.
And then like,
why do I need to tell you I want to push 1 for English? Let's just assume that English is the.
Don't make the guy that speaks English push buttons.
Yeah.
You need to come on there, you know, because the first thing they say is for English press 2, and you're like, why isn't it for Spanish
or any other
language? They have to push a button.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
call centers. The great Donald Trump was trying to bring manufacturing back to the United States, bring jobs back to the U.S.
That all went to crap.
We're in a dire straits right now, and let's just at least bring call centers back. That'd make me feel a little bit better.
Just start off with that. You know how many jobs that would be? Yeah. Anyways.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. So there's your 21st century.
All right.
What's next?
Boondock word of the week.
So we're bringing that back as well. That was a normal.
Boondock word of the week.
All right. So why do you give this? If they didn't listen to Spotify or to the podcast, why do we do this?
Because there's a lot of people that don't fully understand what we're saying.
So you're helping them in case they ever come across this word. They're prepared and they're like, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And just like there's if you talk to somebody from New York, they have certain little phrases or sayings that might mean something a little different than what I would, This just helps communication.
Got it.
See, we're bringing our call center to y'all.
Yeah, because this is the 21st century.
Yeah.
Right here. So
anyways,
what we got?
Boondock word of the week is finna, spelled F-I-N-N-A.
So that's different than when I used to fill my truck up in high school at the Fina.
Right.
Because that's one N.
That's
F-I-N-A? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not to be confused with the convenience store.
Okay.
Or the gas company, whatever.
Yeah, the gas
petroleum company, whatever. So finna means you are about to do something.
Getting ready to.
Yeah, it's about to happen.
Any moment now, this is gonna happen.
This action is imminent.
Is about to take place.
Yeah. So so for an example would be I'm finna go hunting, right? That means I'm about to go hunting. When I was in the service, there was a few guys that would like to hear me talk, and they thought that in Texas we said,
well, hell, pull yours up. Why are you using mine?
Get over here. No, they thought in Texas or in the South we said fixing to. I'm fixing to do something. No.
Some folks do.
Yeah, the sophisticated folks say fixing to.
Sophisticated Southerners.
Yeah.
The ones down in Austin.
Down in the boondocks, we say finna. Got it? So, now that you know,
there you go.
Use it and have fun with it.
And abuse it.
If you want to. Yeah. It's your choice.
Yeah.
Not mine.
Yeah. Don't make it raw, though.
Yeah. Yeah, don't abuse it till it's raw. It might stink.
It might burn down there a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you used to get like those. We can't do it anymore because we don't have enough of Native American blood in us. But we used to give Indian burns. You know what I mean? On your hand, on your wrist.
The Indian burn.
Right. Well, you can't do that now. You got to give the Guardian burns.
The Guardian burn.
But it's the same thing. If you start wearing it out, you'll get that same sensation. If you.
Sometimes when you wear it out, it turns into pain. Not quite joyful.
For one or both of the parties.
Yeah. Usually for the burnee and not the burner.
So the receiver.
Yeah. The burnee.
But
anyway.
Like Bernie Sanders?
Yeah. Hey, there's something else I wanted to bring up. The Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fight.
Oh, okay.
Did you see any of the highlights or anything?
I definitely did. And they said that Tyson Fury gained weight for the fight, and he looked more out of shape than he ever has. And he still destroyed that man.
It wasn't, and they're like, oh yeah, he got. It was close.
Only the fourth round was it ever in question.
The fourth round was clearly Deontay Wilder won.
Yes.
All the other rounds, he got his butt kicked all over the ring.
He did.
Not even close.
He did.
And what's crazy is if I saw Tyson Fury somewhere, I would not think he was any part of an athlete.
Well, so, yes, I agree.
Or a boxer, I wouldn't mistake him for anything where he had to do any physical activity.
Unless he worked at he used to push beef on racks.
Yeah, he was a beef pusher. Yeah.
Hey, that's what I used to do in high school. That was one of my odd jobs.
So, you had your beef pushed?
I used to push beef.
Oh, you were the beef pusher. Oh, okay.
Beef pusher.
But
yeah, I mean, so.
How many times you got, and I saw like the hits in slow motion.
Yeah.
And one time he got hit and his lips, Deontay Wilder's lips touched the back of his head.
Hey, you can't say that. John Gruden just got fired for that.
John Gruden? Yeah. No, he didn't get fired. He stepped down.
What? Oh, here's another thing I heard about the Fury Wilder. So it's being labeled as potentially one of the top 5 trilogies of boxing trilogies, right? You know, your what was it, Foreman, Ali Foreman or Ali Frazier, whichever one had the Thrill of Manila. Anyway, so you have all these different trilogies. But somebody said, yeah, but usually when you have a trilogy, it's because one guy won a fight, another guy won the other guy won the next fight.
And they were even close. And it was, we need a tiebreaker.
You need a tiebreaker. They said, can you have one of the greatest trilogies of all time if the same dude destroyed the same dude 3 times?
I mean, something we just want to talk about is odd jobs we had when we were younger.
Yes. Yeah. Everybody's had those jobs, right? It's summertime. You're 15 years old. You're not quite old, or you're 14. You're not quite old enough to go get how do you call it? A legit job, a for reals job. I mean, what do we do? I used to do a lot around here during the summer, or where I grew up. You know, some old farmer we needed his hay baled and pick square bale stone on trailers and stuff like that.
My first job was picking blueberries at night.
No way.
Yes. You showed up at night.
Did they know that you were an employee?
I was out there eating them. Hey, yeah, I work here, you know.
Fingers are all stained.
No, I was down there in Grapeland, Texas. There's several people worked down there. I know whoever worked there can remember it. But they brought all these blueberries in on these conveyor belts. And all you did was pick the bad ones off of the conveyor belt all night.
What?
Yeah, you just stood there.
Where were the bad ones going?
Somewhere down that way.
No, you picked the bad ones off?
Oh, they went in this little tray in front of you.
Okay.
I don't know what they did with it.
All right. There you go. Keep tearing stuff up.
So.
Yeah, so I know like one of the jobs I had growing up, I got a job at this I think a tire shop, but it's weird because.
Was that the automotive shop?
Yeah, it's like all they did was just, I don't ever remember them even changing tires. It's like cars just got raised and lowered. I guess something happened, but it was just called the Jack Shack.
Oh yeah, I remember you working there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And usually when a customer would come in and need to get jacked, right? It never failed. It was like you would jack a customer and then, it's like they needed to leave because they needed a cigarette and a nap or whatever. That was weird.
And they always jacked in the front. They never did do it in the rear of the car.
No. Well, back then you didn't. I think now if you find a jack,
they're on both ends.
Yeah, you can get jacked on both ends.
Dang.
So, but back then in the early '90s, we were only required and allowed to jack in the front.
Yeah.
So the Jack Shack. So that was one of mine.
So people would go in there and get their front jacked.
Mm-hmm.
And then not even get a tire.
I don't know what they. I just
man,
remember.
Come on, man.
You would you would just go in and you could get jacked.
How old were you in there?
It was the summer between my 8th and 9th grade year.
I was 6.
So whatever age that is.
Huh.
Right. So 14, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Right.
Where else? Where else you worked? Because you had a lot.
I had a lot of odd jobs. I used to work at this one place called the Nut Hut.
Yeah. Was Was it like in the mall, like the Sunglass Hut, or?
Yeah, like one of those kiosks.
Yeah.
Right, but it was. You know how you have like the what's it called, like the Spencer, right?
Spencer's, yeah.
So it was an actual store called the
Okay.
Nut Hut. But I had to work in the back, like behind the beaded curtain. You know
What'd you had to do?
Yeah, the Nut Hut. Was
it like a sperm bank or something?
I got hired to be the milker, but it was weird. I never saw cows.
Those were crazy times.
I never saw cows.
That was at night too, wasn't it? When the mall was shut down.
Yeah, you can only do it like in that part of the county.
So you probably don't remember much. You were awake all night and had to sleep during the day. Kind of like when I worked at the blueberry farm. I didn't know much about anything that year.
That's right.
I don't know what happened that year, except I had to go to work at night.
I do know that like that time frame, I had a lot of calluses.
Really?
I did.
Damn.
On my feet.
Oh, okay.
On my feet.
Did it pay good?
It did. Well, so my boss, it was weird. I got paid in cash. It was just I got paid in cash while I was under the table. Is that right? Is that how you say it? Mm-hmm. That's what he said.
He said he was paying you under the table?
While I was under the table.
Oh, okay.
Is that the same thing?
I think so.
Okay.
As long as you're getting paid.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah,
mm-hmm. Makes sense. Mm-hmm. I worked at this place called the Loose Goose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
It was an oil change place.
Was it?
Yeah. But they didn't just change the oil. You know, we greased everything. We lubricated all the joints and the.
Heck no.
Yeah. And we were
so
fast.
That wasn't no 5-minute change then, was it?
No, we were fast.
Or y'all just start slinging oil underneath?
We were slinging. I mean, when I came home, there was lubricant all over me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But when a car left there was loose as a goose, man.
Squeaky clean.
Yeah.
Squeak free. Because
Yeah.
they wouldn't be squeaky. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And the wind's picking up.
Yeah, it is. I remember one time I worked at this place. It was like 2 males on. I don't know what was it. What was it?
Oh, that was the when you worked at the electronics store.
Yeah.
And
I worked. So they wanted me, but so this was before my 8th grade year. It was like a call center type thing where I had to call and try to sell. Like I was like a salesman, you know. And we had a new product
for electronic parts.
We had a new product that had just come out, and I had to call and ask if anybody was interested in buying this product, and and I had to like prove or convince them how much better their life would be if they had a male on both ends. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, because didn't you help design or build it was a cord that. Yeah. You know, normally you got a female on one end, male on one end.
Male on one end, yeah.
But y'all were designing one.
We figured out a way to where it was so much better to have a male on both ends.
Yeah. Than
just a male on one end and a female on one end. You got a lot more done with having a male on both ends. And
it was 2 different functions they could do, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you would, where the males would plug in, it was 2 different areas where they plugged in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never plugged both of the males into the same area.
Yeah.
Right, they were always.
So you had 2 males on the rear.
No, because sometimes.
Or 2 males on the head. You always had a male.
One in each.
One in each,
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
There. Hey. I also worked at this place now. It's weird because I go by this little restaurant called Five Guys and Fries. Is that what it's called?
Five Guys Burgers and Fries?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Yeah, but when I worked there, it was only called Five Guys, Tall Tales, and Lies.
What kind of food place was that?
It wasn't a food place.
Oh.
Right?
I never heard of that. What'd you do there?
We built pillows.
Okay.
But I never understood the Tall Tales and Lies. Some people called it Tall Guys and Thighs, but
okay.
Yeah, you know how there's always like different play on words and stuff like that.
So what did you actually do?
We not only built pillows, but we tested them out.
Okay.
But it took 5 guys to test out the pillow.
Huh. Okay.
You couldn't do it with just 1 or 3, or it had to be 5 guys.
That's weird.
Yeah, all at once on the same pillow.
Yeah.
I was always the pivot man.
Like you brought the pillow to.
I was always in the center. Yeah.
Oh, it's your turn. So the pillow. He would test it out. And then,
No, it's tested all at the same time.
But were they all circled around you?
Yeah, they were circled around me on the pillow, and I was in the center. I was the pivot man.
So you were on the pillow.
Mm-hmm.
Was it like under your knees or something? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense because it wanted to know if that pillow had enough tensile strength to withstand. Because you were how old?
16.
So you probably weighed what 120 pounds,
Yeah,
maybe?
something like that.
So that's about the average size of somebody that age, right? It wanted to know if that pillow was sturdy enough to withstand. Because you were probably there for more than 5 minutes. You were there, right? When you were testing the pillow.
Yeah.
You were there for.
Couple minutes.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Yeah, they just wanted to know that it could withstand the wear and tear of whatever's going on in the bedroom.
5 guys.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And it was weird because they never took taxes out of our checks.
No.
You know, usually you pay cash, and there's no tax. I mean, you really,
Sure.
some people don't claim, but
Did
we
you
actually
pay
got
cash there?
No, we actually got checks with no tax taken out.
Okay. I won't tell.
Yeah, but now it's all of a sudden now it's Five Guys.
That's a food place.
Now it's Five Guys burgers and fries. So I wonder how they make them burgers.
Yeah, or that sauce.
Yeah.
So,
But
hey,
yeah.
if you had an odd job, right, while you were in high school or in the summertime growing up, let us know. I worked at an ice house one time.
What?
I got almost fired from the Kroger till I quit.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I was a bouncer at Time Out one time. Just once though.
Did they know you were a bouncer?
They did.
Okay.
But I was hired and fired the same day. Long story.
Okay.
Hey, but anyway, there's something else we want to bring back, and that was where we would talk about ridiculous fees that,
Yeah.
you ever wonder why, of course we got a problem with American greed, but
Greed.
you ever wonder why there's such a, stuff's so expensive, and you just happen to look at the breakdown and you're like, okay, what are these fees for?
Perfect example. I took our 3 pets to the vet today, and one of my critters needs a procedure done.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, hey, it's going to be this much and or this much. I said, that's cool. Hey, can I see a breakdown of your fees so I can just kind of go over them? You don't always have to just accept what somebody says. You go somewhere and buy something. And some of the examples we brought up, right? You go to buy a car and they say, oh, okay, here's the price. It's $25,000. And you start looking on there, you're like, man, why am I charged $100 for a prep fee?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, what'd y'all do here? Well, we had to,
we had to get stuff out of the package.
we had to close the doors and put the floor mats in. You know what? Just leave them in the trunk.
Yeah.
I'll. So there's fees that they're out there, and they make no sense at all, right? But a lot of people, they don't look. They
don't care. They just pay it, and that's why those fees are able to stand.
Because those vendors or those people be like, oh yeah, we got them with that one. Hey, let's think of another one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So our first season 2 fee that we're going to bring up is, and I see this a lot, and it pisses me off.
All the time.
Pisses me off that people are now calling it this. So now I'm going to start calling every fee that I have something similar to this. You ever look and you want to say adopt an animal, or you're looking through the classifieds or on Facebook.
You're looking for a new puppy for
looking
Christmas.
for a new puppy, right? Nobody wants to give the price of the dog, right? But they're going to say, hey, here, we're giving this German Shepherd puppy
Free
away.
German Shepherd.
Free German Shepherd with a $150 rehoming fee.
Come on. A rehoming fee?
Can't you just say that you're selling the damn dog
for $150?
I mean, what?
Because that's false advertisement. You said free puppy. That means I show up with no money and leave with a puppy.
Yeah.
Is what that means. And do you really care about the dog if you're wanting $150?
No.
So that it can have a great home to go to?
No, you don't care.
Why do you need $150?
Is that even your dog? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
they picked it. Hey, that's what we're gonna start doing: finding stray dogs. And hey, I got this dog is a part this, and this free. $150 rehoming fee.
Because I'm concerned. I want to make sure that the dog goes to a nice home. You're not really. You just want $150, but you want to make it seem like you're concerned. So just say the dog costs $150. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just know this, that everybody that sees your post or your classified ad or whatever it may be,
laughs at
as soon as you say rehoming fee of this, you're getting laughed at. People
are
are like, nope, I want the dog, but I'm not getting the dog purposely because I'm not giving you $150.
No.
So
I started thinking about it. You know, if I go to sell, let's say I'm selling a car, I'm going to give the price of the vehicle. Should I just say it's free with a $20,000 re-garaging fee?
Re-garaging fee.
Yeah.
You know.
Or if I'm selling some old shoes or some shirts that I don't fit anymore, right? Because I'm a little larger than I used to be. Should I charge a re-closet fee? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How ridiculous do these sound? Hey, I'm concerned. I want to make sure that shirt's going to the right home, that somebody's not going to abuse that shirt.
Yeah.
They're not going to do anything bad wearing it or misrepresent it.
Yeah.
So,
a re-penetration fee.
Re-penetration fee.
You know.
Yeah.
Restocking fees.
We covered that one.
Yeah.
That's ignorant. You know what I mean? So that's just one of those things. You know what? I'll save the $14.95. I'll go put it back on the shelf myself. I know where it goes because I got it.
Yeah.
The first time.
I'll walk right to it.
Yeah.
All right.
Say I won't.
Well, hey. So y'all pay attention to your fees. Yeah. Argue them. Don't let people get away with greed.
No.
If you can help it. The only reason they're there is because people pay it and don't fight it.
That's right. They're assuming everybody's just going to roll over and take it, right?
Yeah.
Like old Tanya used to.
Yeah. Anyways, so something else we're going to bring up. This is something new.
Oh, I like this.
It's dear to my heart because although I don't practice everything I preach, I'm a big fan of eating from the woods, eating off the land, living off the land, this, that, and other. But I do like Whataburger.
You like eating the wood.
Yeah. So we're going to bring up a new segment called,
too.
You know what I'm saying?
Too, huh?
Hey, what are you talking about? I'm going to bring up a segment called Boondock Food of the Week. And it's going to be about foods that you can eat out in the wild.
Okay.
And the first one we're going to
Because I can eat a Whataburger in the wild.
But you can't get it in the wild.
Oh, yeah. DoorDash, he'll bring it. Yeah, so what do we got, though? What is our...
Not without no cell phone signal, you won't.
Yeah.
But
what's your first boondock food of the week?
Acorns. Or acorns, however you want to say it.
Those aren't real.
Yeah, they're real. And there's all types and sizes and shapes of them.
Oh, yeah.
But for the most part, they are bitter to eat directly off the ground.
Okay.
Okay? Don't do that. What you do is you boil them.
Like peanuts, kind of?
You can boil them like that. After you boil them, you can roast them in the oven with seasoning on them, whatever you want to do. You can crunch them up and make a flour out of them.
Are they plentiful in this area?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. A majority of the United States is covered in oak trees.
Okay.
Anywhere there's oak trees.
Are those big?
Some of them are that big.
No, I'm thinking of hickory nuts.
Oh, no.
Those are real big.
Yeah, you'll starve to death trying to eat them. But they're worth it. I mean, they're good. If you get into them, you gotta have a hammer and all kinds of stuff.
Hey, a lot of stuff the good stuff you got to work to get in it.
Yeah, you dang right.
Right.
Hey, if it
lets you right into it,
if there's no effort and you just get into it,
yeah,
probably not that good.
You might be satisfied for a brief amount of time, but
nothing like working for it.
Yeah.
Kind of like if I ate a hamburger from Whataburger, it's delicious, right? But how delicious is a burger that you harvested and put together yourself.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Maybe you got you a can of starter somewhere and you baked bread on your own, and the meat that's in the burger you killed.
Okay.
And the vegetables on the burger you grew.
All right.
Be a lot more satisfying, but it's a lot harder, right?
It is.
So something that's a lot harder is way more satisfying
and fulfilling, and
yeah.
Okay. So acorns, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
So hey, you know,
Make your own.
all the animals in the wild love acorns.
Make your own little trail mix with them and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Season them up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, don't be afraid of them acorns. Go find you some.
So is there something that you're like? How do you know all these things that?
Well, there's the something that came out of Texas A&M. There's this. It was a big book they had.
Texas A&M. They just put it on Bama, didn't they?
Dang right they did.
Hey, huh?
Hey.
Hey, roll your.
They almost didn't.
Hey, roll that Tide's ass on back. You know, hey, huh?
Well, I say it's a book, but it's more of like a teaching tool. It's called Foraging Texas. But it'll apply to, I'm sure there's oak trees in Louisiana and Arkansas and all that as well. You know, but so.
Because you sent me something that's on the line.
Yeah,
right?
There's an online.
But that was the same one, right? Mm-hmm. Isn't that what it was? Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
And it's full of just what? All things that.
It's full of all the foods that are out in the wild. That we mow and cut and just walk past.
Sweep
we
up
never
and
even,
throw away.
Yeah, never bat an eye at any of it.
All these things that
are edible.
Are edible. Well, things that are edible. Shoot, yeah, right. But these are things that, you know, our ancestors ate. That the folks that come before our ancestors, you know, your Native Americans, what they lived on, survived on. Mm-hmm. You know, because they weren't just. You know,
there wasn't a Whataburger.
They weren't
down the street,
hanging out at the Snag About at 2 a.m.
Yeah, well, what's them two girls back? What's their names back there?
Yeah, Meth and Molly. I don't know. Right. So, not that we're saying, hey, stop going to the Walmart or stop going to the Whataburger and just live off of stuff that's in your yard and all kinds. But there's so many things that are out there that are available that you don't even know about.
Yeah, and look, all of it's not going to be delicious, you know, because there's this one called bastard cabbage.
Yeah.
That I went out and harvested, prepped it up a little bit, and I ate it. It wasn't that good. I mean, I can see why people don't eat that no more. You know.
Sure.
But
you could survive on it.
Yeah, most definitely.
So, just like that, was that that cactus stuff you ate? The cactus
The prickly pears?
Oh, the prickly pear? Yeah.
Yeah,
when I lived in West
actually,
Texas,
those are delicious.
I mowed them over.
Yeah, most people do. And if you go to West Texas right now, the pastures are full of these things. Nobody's eating them. And they're good, and they're full of minerals and nutrients and vitamins. So, anyways, that about does it for our show today, huh?
Yeah, it does, huh?
Hey, see, huh? Hey.
We're going to be, this might be the normal alternative location.
Maybe.
Because we're at that time of year, like, look, we just want to be outside. And we already had our first fire of the season. Hey, this weekend's going to be a little cooler. I'm wearing that wood out.
You're dang right.
Shoot.
Hey, we might even do a show by a fire. Or we might do a show while we're cutting wood. We're going to be a little more active. And we may even do shows in the blind while we're hunting.
Or I'll put something over my eyes and do the show blind.
Yeah.
Is that what you?
And remember, you know, if we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a gender reveal.
Your gender?
I will reveal my gender.
Okay.
Just in case there's any confusion.
You never know these days. Never know.
Maybe. Hey. I don't know. Hey, huh?
Well, that's it. Hey, let's have a good time.
Yeah. Hey, and don't forget, you know, let the Lord be your focus. And always remember to handle up.
That's it.